It's me. I'm here a little earlier than usual for a late night upload, but just got back from an outing, so I figured now would be the best time to do this. So I had my first beach outing in I don't know how many years now, but went out there, got a little bit of sun. I mean, I'm still pale as a fucking ghost, but that's just where things go. Um, I don't know if it's gonna pick up from that far away with the volume the way it is. I do have some music playing in the background. Been really digging this a handful of artists that came up on my first on Spotify and then on YouTube of all places. Um, so yeah, here I'm going to wind up butchering the names, but the main one I've been listening to is I think you say Kuwanano. So she's composed this really catchy song called Strings, and the one that I've been I can't think of the title offhand. The one I've just been listening to like over and over the last like 24 hours. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. The one I've been really listening to the last 24 hours, I should know, I should not have to look up the titles, but the song's name is Chromatic, and basically it's this whole anthem about, just pushing back against, pushing back, pushing forward when you got a world that just hates, that's just trying to keep you down. It resonated with me, and it helps that the creator she responded to me in my comments a couple times, so I'm like, okay, yeah, big props there. I was like, yeah, but yeah, I went ahead and so my car is old, right? There is no auxiliary input for headphone jack or anything. There is no Bluetooth capability, so no Android Auto and all of that I can deal with. It's a 2006 model year, so it's ancient, but it does have a multi-disc CD changer with MP3 capability. So I wound up splurging a bit. Went on iTunes, downloaded a bunch of songs from not only her but from a couple other artists I've been kind of obsessing over the last few weeks. Picked up a handful of each of their singles, threw them all on the disc with a bunch of other full-time favorites. And yeah, I was jamming to that the entire way down and back on my trip today. It was really good. I was really enjoying it. Now, taking a gamble here because I'm sure that the music is going to get picked up by the audio sensors, and the YouTube machine is going to go psychotic over it and go copyright. But I guess I'm just rolling the dice, taking a chance. If not, well, I got no way of redoing this. Actually, I'll probably take it to a reverse as is. I should probably just go ahead and mute it for now. 1 second. Yeah. I mean, I've had decent luck with using copyrighted music on YouTube before. The only catch is we get notified that I could never monetize the videos. But look at my subscriber count. I'm at like 348 at the time of this recording. So yeah, I'm nowhere near monetization levels anyway. But that's not to say that one of the artists, in the playlist isn't going to have a conniption about it, and go copyright strike. So anyway, I am so stuck on that topic. I apologize. Um, yeah, I just wanted to get something up here today because, well, I'm still wearing the outfit that I wore to the beach, and yes, I I opted not to wear a proper swimsuit or anything because, well, to be blunt, I got too much packed in right here in the gut. I don't want to show that off. So yeah, I'm self conscious. Why is that such a bad thing? Uh, I would hope that that's okay, but still, this is me. All 152, 53 pounds of it. But yeah, it's been what, a week and a half, close to 2 weeks now since I last uploaded. So what's been going on? Um, I had a consultation with I believe it's a nurse on Friday about my surgery. Um, it was just an information Q&A and a bunch of you know pre-made slides to show me, and I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot more to go off of than I did before. So I'm just like, well, how do I proceed from here? I don't know if this whole process is going to lead to me getting a surgery anytime soon, or if it's still going to be like, she was hinting in what she was talking was it might even be like a year out yet, which to me is just absolutely batshit insane because I've already been waiting for 4.5 years. So anybody that tries peddling this narrative that they can just walk into any clinic that offers gender affirming care, tries to tell you that you just walk in, get the operation, and walk out within with minimal effort. Tell them to come see me. I started this shit back in March of 2021, right? Now here we are, June of 2025, and I'm still not scheduled for the surgery. I'm still trying to get past the approval process, the hurdles, the wait list, and get things cleared up with insurance to get the authorization to go ahead and get the surgery scheduled. So, it's funny how that's such a quick and easy, fast track everyone, because it's not. It's not like that at all. I mean, and they gave me the green light for the surgery immediately as soon as I was eligible for it, which according to the Mayo guidelines, you got to be doing this shit for 2 years before they'll even consider the bottom surgery authorization. And I got that from them right away, but then go on the wait list. And that's been almost a 2 year thing on the wait list now. So, and during that time, my letters of approval from my therapists, multiple therapists, two of them, actually three this time because, well, one was just kind of watching to make sure that the other one was not overstepping any bounds. But anyway, I've had to get, I now have had a collection of 4 therapist letters, to say that yes, we are recommending this person for the gender affirming surgery, which is what the insurance company needs before they'll even consider authorizing it. So there's that, and never let anyone tell you that that's an easy fix. To say nothing of the recovery process afterward. I mean, they're telling me that even even with my less invasive options, I'm still looking at about a half year recovery time in total. So just more shit to consider. I mean, I should be able to go back to work within about a month and a half or two, but until then, my restrictions are severe. They say that you can't lift anything that weighs more than a gallon of milk, so I would not be able to do my job during that time because a lot of what I would lift is well well above and beyond that weight. So, oh, let's see, I've got yeah. So, fun fact: I am wearing my contact lenses tonight, so I'm getting notifications on my phone. I can actually read them, kind of, sort of. I mean, the contacts are of an old script, from about 2 years ago, so they're not the strongest anymore. But yeah, I can still at least tell what it says if I look closely. Oh, hey, it's Trish. Yeah, I told you I was gonna do this. That's why I tried inviting you up here earlier. You gonna sniff my toes, huh? Yeah, this whole thing with Trish, she's had issues with these scabs that keep oozing on her shoulders, and honestly, I am beyond done with that vet. This vet has been just one shit show after another, and I saw him for the first time back in January, right? He administered her shot, her rabies shot, and I think she had another one too, maybe distemper. I'm not sure. It was one of those every couple of year shots, anyway. Well, we were talking back then. I mentioned that she had this sensitivity in her back where she'll just lick the air, just lick at random when you touch her back, right? And you know, he was saying, okay, it's probably because of the matting and the knots in her fur, and we get rid of that, and it should be all good. Well, I want to get her butt shaved anyway because things accumulate there because she's so fluffy. So I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and do this. She's a very hostile cat when you try to go near her nether regions, unless she's in a very specific mood. You know, so they give the option for sedated grooming, and which involved anesthesia plus shaving. Give her a line cut back then. January kind of suboptimal timing of all that, but we survived. But anyway, so we had that, and that did not address the issue with her back sensitivity. A few weeks later, she develops these scabs on either side of her hips, two of them, and they recommend that I cover it, which I did. I bought these kitty onesies, and it worked. I thought at first, but take them off, and within 2 days, she has gone back to licking those wounds so much that they started bleeding again, and it just kept resetting back that same 0 point again over and over again. Finally, after about the third time, I had run out of onesies because she kept licking holes through them. So I just kept them off for a few days while I waited for the next order of Amazon to come in. And I noticed that, after about 4 days, I'm noticing that these scabs are healing. So I left it alone, and sure enough, she finished healing. Now, it was during during that the whole onesie reset, back to zero thing going on, that he offered a second diagnosis, saying that, oh, she's she's middle aged, she's probably getting arthritic, very common in cats, blah blah blah. But we have you have two options: either give her a daily pill for arthritis, or a once monthly shot called Silencia. And well, I'm not real keen on trying to pill this cat because she does get aggressive and combative, and I don't trust that I'd be able to properly disguise it in her food. That's just me because, well, it's chicken flavor. The pills are chicken flavored, and she does not like poultry. So I opt for the shot, right? And I figure it should be safe, it should be easy to work with. And well, about 3 weeks after that, that's when she began developing the shoulder scabs. So back to the vet again. And I'm at this point, I'm doubting Silencia because one of the side effects listed on a third-party website is scabbing of the neck and head area. Yeah, well, the shoulders aren't that far off, so there's probably something there. Well, the vet does talk me into giving her another shot, and he looks at the scabs and decides that, just go ahead and just keep it covered again. So I do that, and after about a week, about a week solid of keeping covered, I noticed that the scabs had healed quite a bit. But then I took the onesie off, and about 3 or 4 days later, I began to notice that it was coming back again. So finally, I'm just at this point where I'm like, you know what, I'm at a loss here, and this vet just keeps pushing the arthritis narrative. That's the source of everything, and just flat out ignoring the fact that she's got these scabs that don't heal when we intervene. And you look at the way that she moves, and I cannot see any way that she could be arthritic, because the way that she bounds up and down the stairs, the way she jumps up on the bed here, the way she runs around the living room and kitchen areas, downstairs, upstairs, up and down the hallway here. There's no way that if she was in pain that she'd be able to run like that, just for pleasure, for fun. So, yeah. Needless to say, I am in the market for a new vet. And, funny side note here. I was talking with my bestie a few days ago, and making these complaints about the vet, and she pointed out that he's probably he's a guy, right? So he's probably looking at me, seeing me as for once I'm actually being acknowledged as a woman, and he's probably doing that whole gotta save his male pride and everything. It's like, okay, that's great. So you're going to invalidate my concerns and to to save your ego. I mean, that's great that you're affirming me, but it pisses me off at the same time that you're letting my cat suffer. So, but yeah, I need to find a new vet, one that's closer, one that has a good reputation, and preferably one that's not male. I mean, that's just been my experience throughout the years, that I don't really do well with male medical professionals of any category, any field. It's always been the women that have been the better ones, the better, more approachable, more ones you can talk to, the ones that actually seem to give a shit, and are actually competent with their diagnosis. So, I mean, I'm sure that's not like the 100% thing, but that's been the case the majority of the times. I mean, I will make an exception with the doctor I had when I was in the hospital back in January with that influenza thing. You know, he was they called him Doctor O. His last name I could probably pronounce it if I had right in front of me again. Um, he was a very friendly, a very cheerful man, and he did kind of pressure me a little bit to stay in the hospital before I made the decision on my own. But I know he was just looking out for me. But anyway, he's kind of the exception to the rule as far as my issues, with um, male doctors are concerned. Sorry about that clap there. I had a moth flying to range. Oh yeah. Speaking of, I'm getting a little concerned. Found an ant up here. Yes, was it 2 days ago? I'm on the second. I'm on the second fucking floor here, and this kind of large ant just meandering around the carpet. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? Now, I know one ant does not indicate infestation, but it has me on edge because, well, that's the kind of person I am. Good God, I've gone off on a bunch of tangents here, haven't I? But yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep this shorter today. It's we're on the brink of June 1st, so Pride Month. I unfortunately don't have a lot of Pride gear for outside, but I'll show you something. Excuse me, my chest burped. But here, back behind me, I replaced the trans flag with a Progress Pride flag. So I have the Ace flag up here. And, well, let's rotate that a little further. It's kind of hard to tell, I guess, but I did paint my toenails for the first time since last summer. And we're still crooked. But, yeah, anyway, I'm done, I think, for now. I just wanted to get in front of the camera. I know the cat's about to lose her fucking mind because I haven't really given her attention since I got back. So I should probably get off here, get on there, fix things, and maybe get some food too. I haven't eaten since yesterday. And what time is it now? Like 11? Yeah, it's been about 24 hours since I had food. I had a couple of cans of Mountain Dew throughout the day and a breakfast drink, but yeah, that's oh god, I was at about 600 calories for the day. So yeah, I didn't even finish the second can of Mountain Dew. Either one, actually, come to think of it. So it's like 240 calories for the breakfast drink, 170 for a can of Mountain Dew. That's all I've had today. Anyway, I just wanted to get in front of the camera because, well, I dare say that with the right lighting and the makeup that I did today, I'm not looking half bad right now. Of course, I can't see just how much detail the camera's picking up, but I didn't want it to go to waste. So yes, I'm vain. I'm trying to capture what little youth I have left before what remains of my parents goes to shit. I mean, it's already halfway there, but I still think I have a few good pictures left in me. You know. But anyway, this is me saying good night and happy Pride.